It's the Brian and Kendra Show.
I am Kendra Cox, and I am a realtor with Coldwell Banker Advanced Real Estate Center.
I'm Brian Cook. I'm the managing broker of the Coldwell Banker here in Woodward.
Between the two of us, we have over 30 years of experience.
Sharing real estate tips and advice on Classic Hits 1073.
All right, we are here live on the Brian and Kendra Show. And so thanks for joining us. Matt Stomprud with Matt Stomprud Appraisals is here today.
Hello, guys.
So Matt's going to join us. So Matt, thank you for joining us on the Kendra and Brian Show.
Most definitely. Thanks for the invite.
Awesome. Matt, you have been doing appraisals for a long time. We've been seeing you in Woodward, and people think this guy's not from Woodward, so they get all panicky. That's why we wanted you to be here, because I see you every Thursday, I think.
Yes, we come up every Thursday. We've been coming to Woodward since, I think, 2008. And every single week we're in the area, and just sometimes I think that my car could make it home on its own. So,
I bet sometimes you get home and you're like, how'd I get here?
That's right. Yeah.
But I've run into you in Yukon before too.
Yes.
Yeah, interurban or something.
Interurban, yeah.
Yes.
Great food, by the way.
That was a couple of days ago. But okay, so Brian is finally back.
I'm back,
Brian,
finally.
do you want to say hi?
Hi. I hope our camera's right. Facebook Live, I don't know.
Technology, what are you going to do?
I know.
What are we going to do?
We should be live. We'll check it on Kendra's phone in a little bit. Maybe Branson will check
what
it.
I'm supposed to be doing.
That looks great. All right.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Okay, so here we are. Brian, do you want to tell people what we've been doing? Because usually we have like all these fun announcements, and we don't have any.
We don't.
You made me go get trained this weekend.
We
You
did.
made me
We
go
were
get
in Dallas.
schooled.
We spent like 4 days in Dallas
I'm
doing
afraid
some
you did
training.
not curb my mouth.
New systems and some new upcoming things that are going to be exciting. And so we got back to Woodward. We looked at a bunch of new houses that are probably coming on the market in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be exciting.
Can I just interrupt real fast? Because you know how we always tease that I never make it to work on time?
Did you make it to work on time?
Did I make it to, like, what time did we leave on Saturday morning?
Oh.
You picked me up at like 5:25. Was I ready?
Yes, I didn't have to wait but like 2 minutes.
That's not true. You didn't even have to wait. I was so ready, kicking my waters out the door.
I made you guys get out of bed every morning like 6.
We had to leave our place to go to
this.
this training every morning at 6 a.m.
Yes.
This girl was on time.
It was
Seriously.
fantastic.
Seriously.
I
Yeah.
was impressed.
Which means I'm not even going to try to be in the office before 8:30 tomorrow morning. Okay?
I set our first appointment at 8, so I'm just kidding. If you
Okay,
could have
for all
saw
of
that
you on
look, I would have just
Facebook.
died.
Well, that was fun. Anyway, so that was very cool, though. We did go
Yes.
get a lot of training. We learned some new things about one of our camera systems that we use for our properties, and that was really cool. You're super excited and cannot wait to use that.
I know. We're going to do it next week.
Which is good because we looked at 3 different properties today that
Yes.
we're going to get to play with, we hope.
Yep.
So anyway, all right, what else have you got for us so we can get started? Because I'm pumped about today.
It's going to be a fun weekend. There's not really nothing going.
It's going to be a lot of busy weekend. You're going to
Yes,
show a lot of
I'll be
houses.
showing.
You're starting
Yep.
tomorrow night at 5. Oh, Brian.
Oh, my gosh.
Guess what else you're
I
doing
didn't think we were
tomorrow?
going to talk about that.
Oh, we're talking about it.
If you
we're
remember last
talking
week,
about
we
it.
had like a challenge.
Yeah, so I am not good at promoting me on Facebook, but I'm excellent at promoting you on Facebook.
Yes.
Since I've been working for you, like your Facebook page is blown up and it's awesome.
It's great.
Right?
Everybody thinks it's me doing that.
Yeah, because I'm like, yeah, Brian does a great job on his Facebook. Yeah, that's not really Brian. Anyway, so then Brian's like, Kendra, you've got to get back on your own Facebook page and do your own thing and mine. I'm not sure how that's going to work out for me. So you said whoever
Which was
got...
the reason was because people were asking the question, I wish you could still
Why
sell
doesn't
houses.
Kendra do anything?
No. Why can't Kendra sell his houses? She can.
I can sell houses, and I
Yes.
do sell houses. Actually, I just don't. I just let people think that you're doing it.
Yes, that
but
way
anyway.
I look like I'm important.
Yeah, well, we want you to feel that way. So you were all like, whoever gets the most Facebook likes wins.
In 10 days.
First, you're like, the winner, if you win, I'll give you a day off. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then you're like, no,
It needs to
if
be
you
messy.
lose, you have to jump in a lake. That's what you said.
Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
It did. It
So
kinda
I
backfired.
panicked. Yeah, it did backfire a little bit. So I think I won by like a pretty decent margin. And then
Yeah.
you said, well, I didn't even try.
Oh, I might
That
have
was
tried.
hateful. Hateful. So tomorrow we're going to video Brian. I don't know when we're going to do this. I don't know when we
I
have
don't know
time.
we have time, but we'll do it.
At some point tomorrow, we're going to video you jumping into a lake
I know. It's going to be awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
for reals. He's going to do
Too bad
it.
you weren't here today. Right? No, I'm busy tonight. I'm showing houses to do it tonight.
You think Matt's going to jump in the lake with
No,
you?
he might push
No.
me.
Matt, do you want
Yeah.
to jump in the lake?
I mean, I could push him in my pool.
That'd be way easier. Probably cleaner.
I told him I don't care where he jumps in. I'm putting ice in first, like bags of ice.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, I probably deserve it. I probably deserve it.
All right, so that was fun. But everybody, thank you for playing along
Yes.
and helping me to not lose because I was really afraid. All right, so Matt, we're going to get
Yes,
started because I am
let's do it.
super, super excited. First thing I want to know is how much do I have to pay you to give me the value I want you to give me on my house?
Absolutely nothing, because we don't do that. We base our appraisals on what the market tells us, and we don't take bribes. We aren't influenced by homeowners,
Chocolate, coffee,
realtors, chocolate,
ribeyes.
yeah, whatever you just
We've
said,
tried,
Brian. That doesn't work. So we look at the market. We put a lot more time and energy in research than what you see the appraiser for the 20, 25 minutes he's at your house. So
One of the things that I've heard so many times over the past 13, 14 years, whatever it's been, is whenever a buyer gets the appraisal back and they say, well, that's a surprise, obviously sarcastic, they're being very sarcastic. It came in right at what the
Right at the
contract
contract
was,
price,
or it came
yeah.
in 1,000 or whatever over the contract price. And I never know exactly how to respond to that. So give me some words to respond to that sarcasm and statement.
yeah, well, both of you guys being realtors, I would probably respond by saying, well, I guess you have a really good realtor that knows exactly what the house is worth.
Awesome.
Yeah. I would have to say that most appraisals will probably be somewhere in the ballpark, but we look at the best comparable sales available and make the proper adjustments, and that's what drives our final opinion of value. Sometimes that does match the contract price. It doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes we're a little bit above. Unfortunately, sometimes the market doesn't support.
We've been there.
Yeah, we have. Haven't we?
We're like,
yeah.
all right, Matt, here's the challenge.
It doesn't always work out exactly, how the agreed contract price is set at, and those aren't always fun times. But but we definitely try to approach that with full integrity and make sure that we've researched every comparable, and we don't enjoy ever to come in short in that type of situation. But when that does happen, we want to make sure that we have the best data available to us, and try to reach out to the realtor So
the contract, it has some weight in the appraisal, right? So like if you have a house that's $150,000 house, you have good comps for that area, and the purchase price is $155,000. That contract kind of proves some value. Is that correct? Like, do you give the purchase contract any weight in the contract?
No, not necessarily. We have to report what the contract price is, and if there's any contingencies as far as if there's to be a new roof or
Closing costs or
storm cellar, but no, we report that, but the contract is taken into account. Seller concessions is taken into account. How long the property was on the market, were there multiple offers, all that, was it listed 25 different times in the past 2 years? All that is taken into account, but the weight is actually given to the comparable sales.
Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that you mentioned too that sometimes they come in low, because that's hard. It's hard on a buyer. It's hard on a seller. It's hard on the realtors. It's hard on everyone, but it's not. Sometimes I think we almost take it personally. But it's really a scientific or a mathematical, I don't know the right term here. Mathematical, thank you. Because, I don't do science or math. But so it's a
But you do real
mathematical.
estate, yeah. Mhm.
I know it's really cool how that works out.
Imagine that.
Yeah. So Brian does the math part of that.
Okay.
Don't you know
All right.
this?
Yeah.
Yes. And we have a great spreadsheet that has all the math built in. It's really good for Kendra.
Nice.
Yes. But I know more than I pretend I do. But it's a process, and I think that's important to reiterate that no one comes back with a lower appraisal on purpose, or because the bank said to, or because a realtor said to. It really truly is because of the way that the process is that you do. So what is your process? So how do you find these comps? Where are you going to search for things that are sold? Where are you? I mean, I know these answers, but not everybody knows these answers.
Sure,
So tell us
yeah.
where you're finding these things.
Sure. When we receive an appraisal request, of course, the first thing we do is we research everything that we can find out about the property that we're appraising. Is it listed on MLS? Who currently owns it? How long have they owned it? How is it zoned? How big is it supposed to be? And then from there, we will start our market research. And if the property is in a specific neighborhood, we'll start in that neighborhood because, the three most important things about real estate are still location, location, location.
Absolutely.
And then we look for the best, the most recent, and the most similar sales in that immediate area. And by most similar, I mean age, size, condition, quality, bedroom and bathroom count. And then if there aren't sufficient sales at that point, then we'll expand the search in distance and sometimes even in time. Sometimes it's necessary to pull in an older sale. For instance, if it was the exact same house right next door, but sold just a few months beforehand. And something that's really important to understand is appraisers give weight to the best sales. We don't take 25
Right.
sales and average the price per square foot.
Right.
And you find that in a lot of the larger databases, to where sometimes those values aren't
Like Zillow.
always exactly
This
don't
estimate.
don't
Not
always
even.
line up with the appraiser's professional opinion, because the word average to most appraisers is really a bad word. We don't average.
I'm going to keep that in mind when I want to
We
upset you.
give
I'm just going to
weight,
say average.
We might have 5 sales in a report,
Right.
but 2 of those sales might be the best because they're the exact same.
Right.
So we'll give a lot more weight to those 2.
I don't want to go back. You may have said it, but whenever you're talking about an older sale, did you say how far back you look for comparable comps? Like what date is
yeah.
important?
Sure. We definitely want to have at least 3 sales within a year. We definitely like to have a few sales within 6 months, but we'll always have at least 3 in a year. And sometimes we'll even put in 1 or 2 even older sales within the last 18 months just to further support our value, because
Right.
appraisals are based on a professional opinion, but that professional opinion is derived from factual data, homes that have actually sold.
Right.
So,
And I asked that for a reason. It's tricky for us because so you did my appraisal on my cute little tiny house in October of 18. So would I be safe to say, well, here's my appraisal. My house is worth this much money. Can I do that?
that appraisal is only good for that day. Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's so tricky. I mean, it's tricky for us even. Sometimes I think we even kind of play into that fallacy that that appraisal lasts longer than we think
Right,
it will. But
yeah.
but that's particularly, I swear I haven't been drinking. I just don't know how to talk today. But that's
good.
especially difficult for buyers and sellers sometimes because, for instance, we saw on a listing recently, this house appraised for $264,000. And I think it was about 2 years ago. That really doesn't have a lot of validity for that property today.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, but it's tricky because it did very much mean something then, even though it means nothing now.
Right.
So it's hard because, I mean, again, because owning my home is emotional to me. So I want it to be exactly the same or better.
Or better, yeah.
But it's really not.
Right. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. There is an effective date on every appraisal, and that appraisal is effectively good for that date, as of that date. Yeah.
I forgot we have to take a sponsor break. So
All right. Take us out of here.
we'll be right back.
Homeowners and business owners, do you want to know how to extend the life of your home or commercial building? Call APC LLC in Woodward. APC specializes in installing high-quality 5-inch and 6-inch seamless guttering and custom commercial guttering. Whether it's a small system or a large system, APC can help. Call APC LLC at 580-571-2384. That number again is 580-571-2384 for all your seamless gutter needs.
Comfort Zone is a multi-generational company serving Northwest Oklahoma in commercial and residential needs. Plumbing, air conditioning, heaters, refrigeration, sewer and drain cleaning, backhoe trencing, and crane service. And they are your geothermal specialists. Contact them at 580-254-5864 or stop by 116 East Main Street.
Our home is usually our largest investment, and we insure it against damage. One unseen destructive force not covered by most insurance policies is termites, which can infest a house for years before being detected. Termites cost U.S. homeowners an estimated $5 billion annually in treatment and repairs. Using the Centricon termite bait system, JCP Services can protect your home from the threat of a termite infestation. Call 580-334-5380. Again, 580-334-5380.
It's the 5 hours you spend in the kitchen mastering your famous recipe or spending quality time with your family. Other insurance companies may just see it as a house. It's not just a house, it's your home. Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Kevin Kanzler, and I see your home as the time and memories you put into them. I understand what your things really mean to you, and I'm here to help give them the protection they deserve. My office is located on the corner of 13th and Oklahoma and Woodward. To call me at 580-256-2216 for your home insurance today.
We are back, and so talking to Matt here about some appraisal stuff. And another quick question we had that we kind of skipped over is we can't just call you to do our appraisal when we sell a house, because there was some legal issues back in the 08
There's some shady
era.
things going on.
You can't do that anymore.
No.
You know,
The bank can't do that anymore.
Bank can't. We have
Bank can't, no.
When we do a mortgage. Now, if I wanted you to just come appraise my house, I can just call you. You can appraise it, but it doesn't really. I can't use that for mortgage. Generally, most mortgage purposes.
Right. Yeah. In the lending industry, most lenders use a third party AMC, which stands for Appraisal Management Company. So they're basically the middleman between the appraiser and the loan officer. So we have no contact with the people actually making the loan. That protects the appraiser from any undue influence, and so the appraisal order actually comes from the AMC for that lender, and sometimes it can be frustrating because you're relying on going through an extra channel, but as an appraiser, I appreciate the process we have, and all the AMCs that I work for are just tremendous to work for. I can't say enough. They're very knowledgeable. They know appraisals. They know how the process works, and if we need anything, as far as if the contract's not signed by both parties, or it needs a survey or something like that, they're Johnny on the spot.
Yep.
So I can't say enough good things about them.
Cool. Yep. I just want to make that clear. Do you have any good stories for us?
I've
Tell us about the craziest house.
Yes.
Okay, the craziest house I've ever appraised goes to this property. Picture in your mind a 3-story metal container home.
Sweet.
built, I believe it was 26 metal containers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Say that again.
26 metal containers.
That's what I thought you said.
8 by 40s and 8 by 20s.
Yeah, it totaled a lot of square footage. Let me just put it that way.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was.
That would be complicated.
It was very complicated. It was.
Because how do you find a comp?
The comp selection was very challenging.
Did you just have to find
say the
a
least.
24 metal container house?
Yeah.
Or
This was, very challenging. We looked for homes of unique design. We looked at anything metal, and obviously had to expand the search. And it was a very impressive house, very well constructed, a lot of glass, accents all the way around, and very well done.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to know where that thing's at.
Yeah.
But nothing like the house I looked at yesterday, probably, that I walked in the back door because it was wide open. And
it was like this. I saw Brian when he opened the door, and I just rolled down the window and said, "Why don't you video it? I'm not going in this time."
Yeah, I thought I was going to lose it. I have a pretty stout stomach, but refrigerator was open.
was
Good
that
thing
good,
it
huh?
was cold
Yeah.
and kind of frozen, but
Yeah.
all
Well,
the
we've done-
roaches were
yeah.
stuck to the duct tape. And
We've done a few of those, a few basements that were underwater for a very long time and things floating around. And yeah.
That's enough.
wow.
That's enough. Let's move on.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess you get to see super nice houses.
We definitely
and
get to see a wide range of properties, that's for sure.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And this is not a fun question, unfortunately. But if I have a disagreement with my appraisal, if it has come in low and I'm frustrated, buyer or seller, do I have any action that I can take?
Most definitely. From time to time, like I previously said, the appraised value may not meet the contract price, or if it's a refinance, it might not meet the homeowner's expectations.
Mm-hmm.
So, it usually doesn't help to scream.
Oh, I shouldn't yell at you?
Yeah, no. I mean, that
I told you that.
That usually doesn't help.
But I found it to be so
Yeah,
effective.
I know. It might help, when you relate to Brian, but,
That's not true.
But,
I don't
yeah.
yell at him. I whisper.
okay.
Please stop that right now.
But yeah, there's a process, and actually every lender has a slightly different process, but most lenders call this a reconsideration of value.
Mm-hmm.
And the process usually has to go through the lender. In other words, you as the borrower just shouldn't just call your appraiser up and say,
Right.
I need a higher value. But usually what happens is if there are better comparable sales, or say you think the appraiser didn't measure your property, that it should be 5,500 square feet instead of 3,500. He forgot your second floor, or didn't know that there was a basement. You submit that information to the lender, and then the lender will forward it on to the appraiser. And then at that point, the appraiser will have a chance to take a second look at everything and make sure that that if there is a comparable sale, say it was a for sale by owner that sold the day before he did the appraisal, and because of the lag time on county records,
Right.
it didn't show up, and it's a perfect comparable.
So that's sometimes why having a realtor on your side, because we know the market.
Most
And we see
definitely.
stuff that sells that doesn't hit the market or doesn't change. And you've called me a few times and be like,
Yeah.
What do you know about?
Exactly. There's been a few times I've called Brian and I've called Kendra, and there was either, hey, do you know of any for sale by owners, or there was one that popped up and it just looked really weird. It was an outlier, and I'm like, do you know anything? And it's like, yeah, this is why it sold how it did. And so that's a term in the appraiser world that is called due diligence, and it's our responsibility to double verify every comparable sale. So
Sweet.
it's
And
most
we're
definitely.
about out of time, so we're going to take another quick break.
Okay, wait, real fast. You know I have to play this game.
Yes.
I need to tell you about Bank 7. They are an equal housing lender and MLS number 6777297, and their best investment is you.
Stop in to Modern Appliance on Main Street today to see powerful Maytag brand kitchen appliances available in a finish inspired by cast iron. Cast iron black is a hard-working, matte finish that is as tough as it is timeless, so you can trust it to help resist scratches while helping hide fingerprints and minor dents, and stand up to the everyday. Add an iconic look to your home with cast iron black kitchen appliances from Maytag brand. See it at Modern Appliance, 2102 Main, or online at modernappliancewoodward.com.
On Point Land Survey can take care of all your residential, commercial, and industrial survey needs. This family-owned and operated business proudly serves Northwest Oklahoma and Southwest Kansas. These lifelong Northwest Oklahoma residents with over 19 years of experience are ready to serve you with the latest equipment and capable trucks to get your job done. Call On Point Land Survey today at 580-256-6757 or at 1918 Main Street in Woodward, Oklahoma, or visit their website at onpointlandsurveyok.com. Professional, trusted, local.
For 150 years, Sherwin-Williams has been an industry leader in the development of technologically advanced paint and coatings. As the nation's largest specialty retailer of paint and painting supplies, Sherwin-Williams is dedicated to supporting both your do-it-yourselfers and painting professionals with exceptional products, resources to make confident color selections, and expert personalized service that's focused on your unique project needs. Sherwin-Williams is your neighborhood paint store. Stop by and see them, 2101 Oklahoma Avenue, or call them 580-256-5861.
This is Todd McHugh
and Jackie Jones
with Woodward County Abstract, Dewey County Abstract, and Fairview Abstract. I would like to thank everyone in Woodward and Northwest Oklahoma for choosing us for their real estate title and closing needs this past year. We will be offering new services in 2020, including bilingual closings, internet closings, and digital abstracting.
We look forward to making real estate closings faster, simpler, and more efficient for you in the future.
We want to thank you for your continued support and business.
All right, we're back. And so we didn't even talk about where you're from.
Yeah.
And so people are like, oh, we don't have any local
I hinted
appraisals.
that he's in Yukon.
Oh, did you? But so yes, even though you're from out of town, man, you're here every week.
Every Thursday.
Every
that's right.
Thursday, and you are in
For years now, you've been here once a week.
And it's impressive. Like, even we sit here and you're like, oh, I've been in your house, Branson. Like, so
right.
It's amazing the percentage of
Matt
homes
has done my last 2 homes.
So
did you realize that?
Yeah.
So amazing
I've never
amount.
appraised yours though, Brian.
I haven't moved in 8 years.
Realtor can't sell himself the house.
That's right.
Okay,
Well,
one more thing. So
Okay.
before you come to appraise my house, what do I need to do to have it ready for you?
Wow, that's a great question.
Thinks I did it on my own.
Sweet. Yeah. When we come to your property, the first thing we'll do is measure the outside of the house all the way around. So, if you have
dogs,
your attack dogs in the back, or your sweet little family pet.
How about the demon cat?
I've encountered a couple of those, actually. You'd be surprised.
Nope.
If you could put your pets up and just, we'll do everything on the outside first, measure the exterior, and then, we'll come inside the property. And, we consider it an honor to be able to come into your house.
Absolutely.
And, we do the very best to respect your space. And we are required to take a lot of photos.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say that appraisals are confidential documents. So the photos that we take won't be on Facebook next week. But yeah, and then we'll go through the house. We'll if there's a garage, we'll measure that, and then we take a look at everything: the good, the bad. Make sure all the utilities are on, the appliances are working. Bathrooms, kitchens, and if there are some repairs that are needed by the lender, we'll take a look at those as well.
Okay.
Thank you so much for staying. We know that you had to stay a little bit late, and we really, really appreciate you hanging out with us tonight and telling our people what you do and how you do it and why appraisals
If you have more
Wait,
questions,
once it
just email them to us, and we'll get a hold of Matt and answer
Yes.
your questions. And
Maybe Matt will come back again.
yeah, come back
Yeah,
again,
I'd
and
love to.
we'll talk about it because it's good to have this information.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super
well,
fun
thank
tonight.
you so much for the invite. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you very much.
Filling the huge void in radio for Northwest Oklahoma. 107.3 KLSI, Moreland Woodward.